What's going on, everyone? Just thought I'd do another quick off the top of my head instructional video just to the boys that I'm friends with that are interested in learning on getting into piloting. BF1's a bit different to BF4 and BF3, so we'll get into it. Realistically, if you haven't shot me down by now with only 40 HP left, I'm going to come back after I repair and I'm going to hunt you down. So this guy makes the first mistake. He goes up and he tries to twist in midair. So I like to keep it in first person just so I can land all my shots. As you can see, I stay elevated with him at the same height. He goes down, so that's the mistake right there. Down, and he goes back up to try and pull elevation. And I try to keep him spotted all the time. Like now, sometimes you have to sacrifice shots on a pilot to spot. Sometimes that's the only way. Now, he stalls. Now, I've come across this many times. People try to stall out, so you go past them and they get the jump on you. This is why I like to keep it in third person, because when there's lots of things going on around you, your awareness of what's going on around you is a lot broader and you can see what's going on. So there we go, that's the end result. Now this guy in here, he comes in, and 9 times out of 10 they're noobs. So they're going to come in, they're going to attack you, right, and you can corkscrew and change your direction and switch. Now, this maps like this, you need to keep it in third person. Because there's trees and there's other planes in the area, you need to have a broader view of what's going on around you. At times like this, when you're directly behind them, then you can switch into first and land all your shots. I find that when they're on the turn crossing your path, is the best time to have it in first person. With long shots like this, first person. Now, I don't understand the hit registration on the airplanes. Maybe the hitbox is different in Battlefield 1, I'm not sure. But I find this to be the best method because they try to twist and turn and roll, and all I have to do is roll my right analog stick and I keep control, and there you go, see, they bail. That's the first major mistake. I got him. Now this guy, same thing. Starts, comes in and flies straight. That's the worst thing you do, is start to fly straight, because that gives me a chance to catch up to you. Now here's the major mistake. Down low. See, this is why you don't fly low. You got to stay elevated at all times. And when you're going after planes like this, the bomber with a spare gunner in the back, you don't have to be up their ass the whole time to try and shoot them down. I find that holding your brake and tapping your brake constantly just to give yourself some distance so you can maneuver around is the best way to go. So that way you're still tapping them and they know that you're there, and then there you go. You can take out the plane and anyone that bails at the same time. Now, I'll give props to this guy. He sneak attacked me on the down low, but once again, we pass, and you got to turn in the direction that the aeroplane is coming at you. Because if you turn the opposite direction, you've already lost him. Now, I got lucky here, trying to guess which way he was going, but he made the mistake of flying all the way off. Now watch, he turns, and I turn the same direction that he's turning. This gives me a chance to turn in the same circle as him. Now, for some reason, I don't know why, he's decided to go after the bomber. Now, here's another mistake. He stays low. And because he's down low, it gives me a chance to stay up high. Now, you can see I stay higher than him at all times. I'm half a height higher, because this gives me the speed advantage to get on top of him. And I can keep him in my screen at all times. See, third person, allows me to see what's going on. Switch to first, look for the shot. I can't land the shot, so I'll spot, and I'll try to land all my shots on him, and then he'll go down. Alright, but I stayed above him at all times. Now this guy too, he starts off right, goes up, he comes down. Now this is a good move. That is a nice switch of direction. Now for me, because I've held my brakes, I got very lucky there. Now realistically, I shouldn't be able to keep up with him or chase him with that much damage to my plane, but he makes a mistake of pulling up and thinking that he's okay. Never ever stop. Never stop. Keep going until you've been shot down, or you know that you're safe. Now the anti-air, come at it, swing to your left, to your right, I find is the best way. Zigzag towards them. When you come down on top of them, throw your bombs and twist at the last second. Now I'll give it to this guy as well. I was already fairly damaged and trying to repair, and he came in and he got me. I'll give it to him. So we'll come back out. right? And here we go, he's down low. There we go, he's already made his first mistake. Down low, and now he stays at that height, which gives me a chance to come in from an elevated position and hit him for 47 damage. I've already shredded the majority of your health off your plate. Now you've turned, I've still got the advantage on you. Now you're going down low again. Now you can see, I stay elevated at his height at all times, and he bails.
You're a fucking bitch.
That's right. Sorry for my in-game commentary there, but it's true. This is the one thing I hate. Do not start a dogfight with somebody and then bail midway through because you can't take him out. And then there he is on the ground. Okay, see you later. So anyway, that guy, if you're wondering, after the game, I may have wrote some hate mails saying you're a noob. I find pilots like that to be a noob. And he automatically sent me a friend request. But that's my tips for you guys. Now remember, stay elevated, same height, and third person and switch. Now we've gone into an empty server just to show you guys a couple of things. So, let's start off with looping. Simple looping up and down in the one direction over and over again is a big no-no. Is a big no-no. Okay, starting off like that is alright. Now when you get to the top like that, switch. Okay, so when you go up, you get just before you get to the top, rotate your right analog stick and switch. Now what this does is, as you can see, I'm flying towards the airship, okay? But when I switch, okay, it puts me in the opposite direction of the airship. So I'll go up, rotate my analog stick, and what it does is it puts me on a different loop cycle to the plane chasing me. So you'll find when you switch, as you're rotating, you're constantly coming at a head on. So when you both reach the top, you're both facing each other. And then you switch. And so when he switches, you can switch again. Now you can switch at the bottom, it really doesn't matter. Now what I do when I go around you got your vertical loop, but when you're going horizontal, as you can see, I like to kind of zigzag up and down. Now what this does is, it gives me a bit more speed because I'm going up and I'm using the drop to give myself more speed. Now you can corkscrew and change your direction. Corkscrew again and change your direction. And when you go up, you corkscrew and you can control your height and go up even more. And corkscrew, turn around and switch and go in the opposite direction and land. 9 times out of 10 you may confuse people because what happens is you corkscrew out of their screen. That's the only time you want to do it. And so you go up and you corkscrew. Now picture an astroflux. If you can image, if you don't know what an astroflux is, have a look. The directions of all the loops on the astroflux is the way you want to loop. You don't want to loop constantly head over and head over and head over. You want to change your angles. You want to loop over to your right shoulder. You want to loop over your left shoulder. You want to loop back over your right shoulder. You might want to, you can change all these things around, switch to in midair, so you change the direction of your loop, but you always want to constantly be moving, guys. The planes in Battlefield 1 fly differently to Battlefield 3 and 4. There's no afterburners. There's nothing to save you. So you've got to rely on your height advantage to get you that speed control because it's a completely different ball game and mechanics, guys.